guys, I'm Megan.
I'm Wendy.
And today we're going to talk about books, specifically how to read them for free.
Guys, Megan's going to talk about books.
Wendy's going to join me. We're going to go on a ride. I'm going to tell you everything I know.
All right.
This is one of those things that we probably all have, a thing like this, where we just assume that everyone has all of the information that we have about this thing.
Okay.
So I'm talking about it, and it only when people say things like, I just realized I could download audiobooks for free on my library card. I'm like, who didn't know that? Because this is just something that I know. So I'm going to tell you these things. Maybe you know them, maybe it's brand new information, but there are lots of ways to read for free. First thing is obvious, your library card, right? But here's the thing, if you're like, I don't like libraries. Have you been in one lately? Because they're so great. And your library is likely so much more than just books. Like, my library does, they do lots of activities for kids. Some libraries check out like STEM activities like Dash robots and things like that. Go on your library's website and see what they're doing, because they provide a lot of resources to the community. And I love going into my library. And
my city's library is
not great.
It's old.
Ours is old too. Ours is old, yes. So where we used to live, before we lived in the house we live now, we had the most amazing, not huge, but great public library. The children's programs were amazing. The setup was great. Our library is where we live now is part of the Orange County library system. So that's good because I can request books from a number of libraries and they'll be sent there. But the actual location is just okay. It's old. It's full of books, but it's old.
Yeah, I just feel like, I just wish, I won't go on my rant. I just wish that cities had better libraries.
So if you're in Orange County, the Newport Beach Public Library is gorgeous.
Yes.
Not part of the county library system, but it is a beautiful library if you are looking for one to go spend some time in, if you want to spend time in the library. But some things I like about my library, like physical books. Let's talk physical books. Obviously, you can get books at the library. My library right up front has a Lucky Day shelf, and the Lucky Day shelf is bestsellers that you do not have to wait for. So if you go in, if you're like me, a book comes out that you're excited about, you immediately put a hold on that book and you're going to wait how many weeks. They have those books just sitting there on the shelf, and you can only have 3 of them, you can only have them for 3 weeks, but they're just sitting there. And often I walk in and books that are on my list are right there. It is truly my Lucky Day.
Why don't they just let you know that it's there?
Because it's supposed to be.
Are they trying to draw you into the library?
Of course they want to draw you into the library. They want you to use the resources they've created. Physical, real books, go to your library. They're free. It's awesome. But I know a lot of us know about the library and you're thinking, A, I don't have time. I don't like returning books. My library smells funny. It's not close by. The hours are weird. All of those valid. The world of digital books is open to you. And so with your library card, we're going to talk about ways without a library card. But with your library card, there's a couple ways you can read for free, either on a device or audiobooks. So Overdrive, Libby. These are the same thing, guys. So if you've seen Overdrive and Libby, they're the same app. They're 2 different interfaces. I don't know if one's going to, I kind of think Overdrive might be phased out, but they're the same information. Some people prefer Libby because they think the information, like the hold, it'll tell you like 14 weeks until your next hold. I prefer Overdrive for one reason and one reason only. When I go into Overdrive, if I search for a book, they have both ebooks that you can put on a Kindle or you can read just on a Kindle app on your device, and audiobooks that you can download to your phone. If that book is not in my library's collection, because you link your library card to your Overdrive/Libby account.
Okay.
In Overdrive, I get a drop down that says recommend, and I can recommend that my library buys that book. Now, 2 things happen. 1, my library gets a notification that they have a recommendation. 2, when the library buys that book, I'm immediately put on the wait list for that book. I'm notified, and I put on the wait list, I don't do anything else, and it just appears in my account.
That's if you want the actual physical book.
No, that's if you want. So like if my library hasn't bought the ebook version of the book that I want, I can recommend that they buy it. So it just shows like every book, they buy it.
This is an ebook.
Ebook or audiobook, I can request whichever version I'm interested in them buying.
Got it.
When they buy it, it notifies me I'm on the wait list. I get an email saying download this to your Kindle. So
what's that wait time usually?
I mean, sometimes at the end of the year, I'll get like 10 notifications that they've bought. You know, it's not, there's no guarantee. It's like whenever your library looks at their recommendations and purchases new books, there's no guarantee that they're going to buy your recommendations. But I do like that. And often if the ebook isn't available, I'll go look for it. My library physical book collection is greater than the ebook collection. Ebooks are very expensive for libraries to buy and maintain, guys.
Wow, I didn't know this.
They're expensive. And Hoopla is another system that works with your library card, but it's not contingent on your library's collection. So you need a library card to sign into Hoopla. They have ebooks, they have movies, they have music, and they have audiobooks. Now, their ebooks are not Kindle compatible. So if you download an ebook from Hoopla, you're reading it on your device. I never do that. They use it for their audiobooks, and you can have, I think it's 6, or it might be dependent on your library's relationship with Hoopla because your library pays for that access for you to have it. You can have a certain number of books or audiobooks or movies out at one time. It's totally free. They often have books that my library doesn't have or that aren't available in my library. So,
question, movies, like old movies?
I mean, it's not like new releases always, but there's some newer movies, lots of kid movies.
And so you're streaming those on your devices then?
Yeah, so you can put it on your tablet.
Okay.
If you're an Amazon Prime member, there is Prime Reading. You can find it in the Amazon drop-down, and you can see books that are available that way. If you are logged into your Amazon account and you're searching for books, sometimes they will show up that they're free because you're a Prime member, but if you want to search the Prime Reading collection, there's a drop-down on Amazon's webpage. One thing that I really like through Prime Reading, Amazon Originals, and those are collections of short stories that you can get both the digital ebook and the audiobook version for free.
Where do you read this at?
It's either a Kindle version.
Okay.
So Kindle books you can read if you have a physical Kindle, which I do, or you can read in the Kindle app on your phone or on your tablet. Or you can download the audiobook, and the Amazon Prime Reading audiobooks go to your Audible account.
Got it.
So what else do we have? I'm going to tell you about an app. It's called Serial Reader. And this app is if you always wanted to read the classics and never got around to it. These books feed you short excerpts, short passages of each book every single day. So you read in 20-minute bursts. 20 minutes a day, you can read Pride and Prejudice.
I am there for that. I love it.
Right? So it's totally free to use. Because the classics are in the public domain. You could read those right now. You can go to projectgutenberg.com and find those. Those are easy to find for free, but I really love that format because it's just small bites every single day, 20 minutes. You're reading Pride and Prejudice. You're reading Wuthering Heights. It will take you all year long, but you are reading it. One more, NetGalley. Now, NetGalley kind of comes with a caveat that you do need to be reviewing books somewhere. So if you are reviewing books on Instagram, if you are reviewing books on a blog or on a YouTube channel, or sometimes you can just be like creating Goodreads reviews. If you are doing that, sign up for a NetGalley account. Some books will be available for everyone. Like they'll send you an email and like the first 100 people to log in can have that book. Other books you need to, these are pre-release. These are advanced reader copies of these books. And sometimes you need to request them and they will approve your request based on whatever criteria they're looking for. Are you reviewing? They want people who are going to be publishing reviews because they want to get the word out there. But even if you're a Goodreads reviewer, sign up for NetGalley. The account is free. And then you get the chance to read these books in advance. I've gotten books by authors that I love. Like I recently got Christina Lauren. You're not just getting unknown authors. And they have quite the collection because they're trying to get their books into the hands of readers to get those early reviews out before the books are released because they want those pre-orders. They want a good, strong launch. So I would caution, don't use NetGalley if you're not interested in reviewing because they will stop approving you if you're not reviewing the books because that's not a good use of their resources.
Question, how in depth does the review need to be? It can't just be like, I really like this book. You have to
You need to
Put
talk
some
about
link in
it,
it.
but so what I do is I do the review in NetGalley. They want a review there, and then I just link to our blog reviews. I don't review on Goodreads. I do list all of the books that I read on Goodreads, but I do not review or rate books on Goodreads. Those are some ways to read for free.
I think for next year we should do a Megan book club.
Okay.
I think that you should pick a book for me and for anybody who wants to participate.
Okay.
I think we should do that. And
Let's
then we
do
could
it.
have like a little discussion too, like a little book club discussion.
Let's do it.
I think we should.
I'm into
I
it.
truly think we should.
I'm into it.
I will set a goal of 12 books next year, and I know Megan's laughing because she reads 100 books in a month. So
No, I don't. First of all, that's not
pretty dang close. Okay, you get that put together, okay? Coming soon.
Okay, guys, these are the ways that I like to read books for free. I don't buy a lot of books anymore, and I read a ton of books. So I'm going to link some other websites that will help you find good deals on books down below, as well as links to all of the things that we have talked about. If you have a favorite way of finding books, let us know, and we will see you in another video very soon.
And in our book club too, right?
Let us know below if you want to join the Megan and Wendy book club. Because Wendy's in.
I'm in.
All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.